folks, how are we today? My name is Andrew Taranto, and thank you so much for joining me on another Arcane Investments video. So today, this is going to be the first of many videos. I'm going to make 5 videos on the 5 companies that I'm going to be talking about. These 5 companies are my current core companies that I like a lot, and we're going to do some research, and I'm going to take you through my thought process on them, starting with, Asxc. Very excited for this company. Obviously, I mean, we definitely have a lot to talk about. Asxc, to kind of just go over what the company does, it is formerly known as Transcentrics, so they changed their name back in March of 2021, so about a year ago. The company is engaged in digitizing the interface between the surgeon and the patient to improve minimally invasive surgery. So, it's through the Senhance system, which is basically their robot. They look to improve performance-guided surgery, and we have a very strong earnings outlook for them as well into the next, few years. So the industry is supposed to grow. They're going to be making a ton of money. So we know that the stock's going to go up. So we're very anxious and very happy to buy. Our only thing that we're thinking about this company specifically is how low can it go. The NASDAQ is really pulling this one down with it. So when tech sells off, this really does take a hit. A couple numbers here. Their PB ratio is right at where we like it. 1, you're going to see a trend right now. We're only buying most of what we buy has a very low PB ratio. Other than Alibaba, right now its current market cap, I believe, is sitting right around 200 million, and we're looking at around 200 million revenue in 2025. So to be honest with you, you're buying the company today for what it will make in 3 years in just 1 year. So, really, really great pricing. Book value per share is at 77 cents right now. That has been going up. It went down when there was the offering, the initial float offering. However, that had gone swimmingly, and the stock continued to go up. The 52-week high has been about $7 with the low at around 73 cents. So we're buying right around that low, which is where we really want to buy. We really want to see growth. So I think we're going to start seeing that. Just going to take a little bit of time. For those who aren't aware of what Asxc does, they have a robot that essentially through in the surgery room, through the usage of the surgeon, you have their eyes, which can control the cameras, which are really, really good. So you don't need an extra arm moving around with the camera. And then on top of that, you also have your 2 hands, which can control the actual tools. So performance-guided surgery is really, really important because it allows for precision. It allows for a complete and total reduction in the post-surgery complications. And then on top of that, all of this data that is collected through the robotics system and the ISU really, really improves just in general how surgeries are going to be done. And not to mention Senhance Connect, which is what I'm most excited about, which is the company's ability to be like, hey, I'm in this area and I know how to do this surgery, but I need this surgery in this area. So you'll be able to pull surgeons from different places in the world, and that can really, really see really positive medical impact, really, for everybody, because some people can afford to fly out or go to the best surgeons and get what they need done. However, most people can't. So the fact that this is available is definitely going to be really, really great for everybody, which is important. And then on top of that, it's also one of the more less expensive robotic systems. And it's one of 2 only FDA approved ones. There are a lot of companies that are going to be entering this field, so really that's our biggest fear, is competition, and whether or not Asxc Surgical has the ability to withstand that. So that will have to be a question we'll ask. But as of right now, the company is still poised to still make a ton of money and still do really well, so we're going to keep buying. Asxc is definitely one of my favorite companies. I mean, the issue is we can't really look too much into the analysis right now. The financial details. just because this is still delayed. This is still showing 2020. I mean, we see most of 2021 here. We could see that, you know, how 2021 showed up. We could still see that the graph is going that way, which is really nice. They don't have any debt, which is really important. They have a lot of cash on hand. We can switch over. What I want to see, obviously, is when Q4 comes and we get annual reportings, I want to see their updated ROE. We can see that they had a really significant issue with their return on equity in 2019 versus 2018, where 2018 they were able to swing it opposite. But we can see numbers very similar to 2017, and we'll probably see numbers for a full year 2021 somewhat mirroring 2016. So given that, you know, that swing, I think we're going to start seeing more investments coming in, maybe close to, I'd say probably around 2023, when people really do start seeing, oh, okay, this is a legit company, and that's going to do really great stuff. But people want to see them do it. You know, they don't just believe. They want to see the proof in the pudding, which is perfectly fine. But if you do buy now, I think that there is a really, really great chance that you stand to make the most amount of money because the prices is really low. The only issue right now that I have with buying and why I'm changing my allocation is due to just the volatility of the price. I mean, we look at this chart here. I'm going to switch it to, I hate this, I switch it to the lines. We can just see, you know, over the last 3 months, you know, it's really just been difficult to find a bottom. You know, it's like, okay, we're going up, you know, because really good earnings or whatever. Then boom, okay, no, this is the bottom. And it can't go lower than one. Oh, this is it. And then it starts going up, and you're 141, and you're like, okay, cool. And then boom, it goes lower. And then you're like, oh, well, it won't go under $1. And then boom, what do we got? 103, and then it goes up, and now we can't let it go under $1, and then boom, it goes down to 94, and then you're like, oh, okay, that was just, you know, like hopefully it goes back up, and then boom, it goes back down to 82, goes back up a little bit to 89, and then it goes back down to 81, and we really don't see, I mean, we do see a little bit more of a fight around this area. We did see a fight around this area, which led to a rise back up. But even with that fight, you know, it's really going to be difficult, I would say, altogether for this stock to finalize on a price. So we have to wait for a floor. We really do. I mean, we could see a little bit of length here, but nothing crazy, nothing flourish at all. On the 1 year chart, we still, I mean, we don't see floors. We see just kind of slopes. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for floors. So that's why I would still say we're having issues. Here you can see there was a really nice floor built right here, and that's what kind of shot this up, right? So we had this really nice floor here. You know, we might need to either create this floor again or just consider this the means in which, zoom back in, the means in which it might swing back up. So it's hard to call it. It really is. Just a very difficult stock to really pinpoint. But for now, we have our positions. We have our options. We're going to hold. The technical analysis I don't do very well at. I do know that the RSI is, I think, around 30-ish, which usually indicates a good time to buy. So I think that's good. With that being said, guys, that's basically it I have for Asxc right now. We're looking towards earnings. And next earnings is 309, I believe, 309, 315, 314. So about a month out from earnings, about a month and a half. So still have a ton of stuff that can happen in between those opportunities. And Q4 will definitely be an interesting one. And as we kind of gear into 2022, we should still see, I think, just kind of constant buying. I think it's just going to be a lot of buying. I don't think it's going to explode. I think we're going to have just a lot of opportunities to buy this company. That's just my intuition. I could be wrong. I mean, there was moments when I thought up here, oh, you know, it's gonna, you know, right here, and it'll snap back and everything will be okay. And, you know, you could see like, oh yeah, okay, cool, you're right, yeah, it definitely came back, you know, yeah, it came back. And then, you know, went down to 165. And then after earnings, it shot back up, and then just couldn't hold itself. So it ended up just falling. And, you know, now we're in this position where, you know, we really now have to ask ourselves, you know, the people who are buying here, these are, in my opinion, these are investors. These are people who are not looking for that quick buck, whereas I think the people who were buying here were definitely looking for that quick buck. So yeah, that's basically it. That's my analysis. It's really difficult to sort of tell where the price is going to go, obviously, but to me, I would err on the side of caution with the stock. If you are going to buy slowly, allocate your income or your capital. Make sure that you have, which is your income, make sure you have a certain amount of money, in other companies. And we're going to go over the other companies as well. Asxc is just one of what's going to be a very strong base foundation of companies that I think will lead us to some really fantastic returns in 2022. Hoping to get something good out of Asxc here, but we will see what happens. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for stopping in. I will be posting the other videos, so please check those out. And then on top of that, I will also be posting just a general portfolio video. So very excited to do all of this for you guys. So please check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow the Discord. Go on the Discord. Hop in there. And I will talk to you next time. All right. Bye.